Good afternoon, Farmington. Welcome to Tiger News. I'm Lucas Schroyer.
And I'm Virginia Risto.
On our show today, we'll join Jaden in the kitchen for a new muffin recipe, and Mr. Lund will join us live from the lunchroom for some recycling and garbage protocol. But first, here's our top story.
4 amateur astronauts are about to launch into orbit into another landmark mission for space tourism. It is the latest flight to help open up access to space for paying customers. The trip has been paid for by U.S. billionaire businessman Jared Isaacman, who will circle the Earth for 3 days with 3 crewmates, a healthcare worker, a science educator, and a data analyst. They hope to inspire others with their adventure and to raise money for children's cancer medicine. Accordingly, the mission has been named Inspiration 4. The crew's Dragon vehicle, manufactured by Elon Musk's company SpaceX, will ride atop the Falcon 9 rocket. It is due to launch from Florida's Kennedy Space Center at 8:02 p.m. tonight.
Norm Macdonald, the deadpan comedian, actor, writer, and Saturday Night Live star, has died after a battle with cancer. Macdonald privately battled the disease for almost a decade. Dozens of comedians, including Seth Rogen, Jon Stewart, Ron Funches, and Jim Gaffigan, paid tribute to Macdonald as one of the greatest comedians to have ever lived. On social media, the comedian got his start in showbiz as a writer on Roseanne in 1992 after making rounds at comedy clubs in Canada. He joined the cast of Saturday Night Live in 1993, and the next year began his memorable stint as Weekend Update anchor until early 1998. In addition to the many movies and sitcoms he had done, he was also known as the voice of Lucky the dog in all of the Dr. Dolittle movies. Macdonald was 61.
We had our first home football game last Friday night against Eden Prairie. It was an awesome night to be in the stands and celebrate being together as a Farmington community. Mr. Tauchi edited together a quick highlight video to commemorate the first game. Let's check it out.
That was a really fun night with some great weather. Speaking of weather, Jaden joins us for our latest forecast. Jaden?
Thank you. Today it's partly cloudy with a high of 75 and a low of 61. Tomorrow it's going to be partly sunny with a high of 83 and a low of 59. Friday it's going to be rainy with a high of 68 and a low of 54. Now for some brain teasers. What word begins and ends with E but only has one letter?
I?
An envelope.
What?
Oh. Okay.
Which tire doesn't move when a car turns right?
What?
Which tire doesn't move when a car turns right?
The spare.
Exactly, yeah, the spare tire.
I got one. Wow.
I had some time in the kitchen and decided to make some muffins. Here this is for you. Welcome to Jaden's Baking Show. Today we will be baking double chocolate strawberry muffins. For the ingredients you will need 2 cups flour, 3/4 cup of cocoa powder, 3/4 cup sugar, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, a half teaspoon of salt, 1 cup fresh strawberries, 1/4 cup of milk, 2 eggs, a half cup of butter, 1 teaspoon vanilla, and 1 cup of chocolate chips. To start with, I'm going to preheat my oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Next, I'm going to coat my pan with some baking spray. Next, I'm going to mix all the dry ingredients together. I'm going to start with the cocoa powder and sugar. Next, I'm going to add in the baking powder. Finally, I'm going to add in the salt. Next, I'm going to mix it all up. Now I get to add in the fresh strawberries. Next, I'm going to mix all the wet ingredients together. I am going to start with adding the 2 eggs to the melted butter. Now I'm going to add in the 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Finally, I'm going to mix it all together. Next, I'm going to add in the wet mixture to the dry mixture. I am now going to stir it up until it is evenly mixed. And finally, I'm going to put the muffin batter into the muffin pan. I am now going to put the muffins into the oven for about 13 to 15 minutes. You will know they are done when you stick a toothpick in the middle and it comes out clean. Time to check on the muffins. These are perfect. Hope you enjoy the muffins. I will see you next week with a new recipe.
Thank you, Jaden. Those muffins looked really good. Now for some FHS announcements. Are you a writer? Are you an editor? Would you like to become a better writer? Are you interested in earning volunteer hours by helping people with their writing? Become a writing tutor in the Media Center. You will choose the hours you are available to help out, and the schedules and hours are very flexible. If you're interested, please contact Ms. Langdon in room 2204. Schoology message her or email her at klangdon@farmington.k12.mn.us.
The World Cultures Club has their first meeting on Monday, September 20, during TC in room 2104, Ms. Boutel's room. They explore cultures represented at FHS and around the world. They promote inclusivity and acceptance.
With the new school year and the implementation of having 4 lunch periods, Mr. Lund has some lunchroom information that will help your next visit go smoothly.
Hi FHS, this is Mr. Lund live in the lunchroom. We're going to have a little tutorial about how to use the middle containers, because they're in the middle, right, of the lunchroom. How to properly throw materials away. I'm here with
Connor Eby.
and
Tyler Sullivan.
And
What? Yeah, Dan.
it's important that we do things right because, as you know, we have served over 1 billion people total in here, and 100,000 go through each lunch. So it's important we get it right. When we come here, the first thing we do is we get rid of our silverware. Watch this. Nice. Connor uses silverware. Sully just uses his fingers. The next stop we have is the liquid only. So if we have any liquids like your milk there, dump it out there because we don't want anything contaminating the recyclers. When anybody sees blue, we think recycling. Milk cartons and anything that you bring that might be aluminum or plastic go in there. But remember this, milk cartons always go there. The green containers, and just so you know, green is the new yellow. Green is anything compostable. So your trays and any leftover food go in the greens. Good job, Connor. Let's see if Sully does it right. Did anybody see the mistake? We'll get that out of there and put it where it goes, Sully. Remember, plastic in blue. And finally, anything that is trash, anything that doesn't fit in compostables or recyclables or liquids goes in the trash. If you have any questions, come see Mr. Pickens. I'm out.
Thank you, Mr. Lund. Hey, Lucas, what do you usually get for lunch?
On a good day, when the line isn't too long, I normally get a cheeseburger. How about you?
I normally get just a sandwich and water and some chips.
What kind of sandwich?
Ham and cheese, nothing too special.
Sounds pretty standard. All right. There have been a ton of events happening this fall around FHS. Now Ella True joins us on the desk to fill us in on more. Ella, how are things going for you?
Things are going great. Thanks, Lucas. How about you?
Pretty good.
Great. Last Friday, the Tigers took on the second-ranked Eden Prairie Eagles here at FHS. The student section was ready for this game decked out in their yellow outfits. The Eagles were ready too as they opened the first quarter with the touchdown catch by Gross from the quarterback Fozzie to make the score 6-0. The Tigers were down 14-0 when Connor Weed stepped up to the pocket and threw a perfect strike to Ben Berganese, who took it all the way for the touchdown 80 yards, and the Tigers got within the score. Later, within the second quarter, it's Rod Finley. He somehow finds a seam in the middle of the field and beats the Eden Prairie defense to find the end zone to help the Tigers keep it close at halftime. Eden Prairie would take the commanding lead here in the fourth quarter again is Fozzie to Walden. He breaks the tackle and races down the sideline for 28 yards to touchdown. The Tigers did not give up. Connor Weed was able to roll away from the pressure and find Brody Hanley wide open. Hanley does not rest 80 yards for the touchdown. The Tigers are not finished yet. Connor Weed took the snap and ran it from 3 yards for the score, but it was too little too late. Eden Prairie went on to win 37-29. We look forward to seeing the Tigers back on the track again, Shakopee this Friday at 7. The marching band isn't what it used to be. While there are still some parades and football games, many bands now prepare very cool field shows and compete against each other locally, regionally, and nationally. These field shows incorporate a variety of different pieces of music, beautiful costumes, and extraordinary props to tell a story around the central theme chosen by each band. Farmington is one of the 15 bands to compete last Saturday at the Eastview Music Festival, where they took third place in their division with first place in the music general effect. You can see the marching band this Friday night at the football game. Girls soccer last night won 4-0 against Burnsville with a goal from Tenley Voth, assisted by Amelia Thurl. Goal from Anna Lorizana, assisted by Olivia Thurl. Goal from Maddie Springer and another assist by Olivia Thurl. And last but not least, Samantha Berg to take the final score 4-0. The record is now 5-1. The girls take on Egan Thursday at 5 p.m. at the Tiger Field. Follow them on our social media. The boys soccer team took on Burnsville Blaze yesterday and they were defeated 4-2. They will try to get back on track when they host Egan Thursday night at 7 p.m. Girls tennis played on Tuesday, September 7th against Richfield at Bachman Middle School. The Tigers defeated the Spartans 6-1 to move to 3 onto the season. Playing singles for the Tigers, Regan Warner defeated her opponent 6-4, 6-1. Cami Brunzita won 6-1, 6-2, and Taylor Brondo won 7-6, 6-0. Doubles partners Amaza Berggraf, Addison Pardita won 6-2, 6-2, and Julia Cashman and Hannah Rogers also won 6-0 to 6-1. The girls played Shakopee last night and were defeated 7-0. They take on Eastview this afternoon at the courts at Bachman Middle School versus Eastview. That is all for sports.
Please stay tuned as Student Council will be sharing a whole bunch of homecoming details with all of you. Have a great Tiger Day.
Okay.